Hi there, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to make not just one, but two of these lovely reindeers. Now these molds are from Temu, and as usual, everything that we use in today's video will be listed in the description box with links of where to get it and purchase it where possible. These molds are lovely. Now you could use regular epoxy resin, you can use aquacast and so on. So the reindeer comes flat, as you can see, and it has a little stand with it, which is that sort of rectangular piece. Now what I decided to do is going to follow again on from the previous video, if you saw those, the Starry Night pot and the bee pot, and I'm going to mix up some customized glitter mix. So all I've done is taken some silver glitter and there we go, I've just shown you that one, any silver glitter that you have, and some gold glitter. Now this gold glitter is a bit too full-on brassy yellow gold for me. Can't believe I'm saying that. So I'm going to add some to the silver and then stir it up using the stir stick there. There we go. And the silver addition to the gold just brings down the gold a little bit for me, and I think that looks beautiful. And let's face it, silver and gold, can't think of anything better apart from maybe red and green for Christmas. But there we go. I'm doing exactly the same technique as I did for the two lovely aquacast pots that we did recently in a video. Just dipping in a dry bristled brush into the glitter mix and then burnishing it on to the mould. Now, I haven't used this mould before, so again, I'm not sure quite how it's going to pick up because we're using aquacast to make these. And as I said, you can make these using epoxy resin, you can polyurethane resin, you could use what I'm going to use, which is aquacast, which is a product by Elichem. It is a water activated resin mix, and it's an eco resin, so a bit like making up, I suppose, plaster of Paris, I think. But we've tried other eco resins, so we thought we'd try aquacast, and so far so good. I get into a bit of mess. You'll probably have seen that if you go back and look at our carousels video. If you've not seen that, why not have a check out our playlist for our how-to makes and have a look at carousel one. So there we go. So all I'm doing is just literally brushing on the glitter mix as much as I feel necessary into that, and I'm going to repeat it with the other one. So here you go, you can see both of them now. Look at the way that sparkles. Lovely. Now these are shiny moulds, so if you were doing regular epoxy resin, they'll have a shiny finish. Now this is the aquacast powder. I've measured it out. I did sieve it as well. That's one thing I do tend to do, is sieve it, so it just gets rid of any extra little like lumps and clumps that might be there. And then added some water. Now I do follow the ratio, the mixing ratio guidelines, but I found I'm used to having something that's runnier than what their mixing ratio says, so I just put in a few more drops of water and then just stir like crazy, like a woman possessed, until it's nice and smooth. That's one thing about this, it's very, very smooth when it cures, very smooth. So here we go. I've thoroughly mixed it as much as I think is necessary, and I'd say that's the consistency of double cream or heavy cream if you're in the States. Now I will warn you, I tend to get in a bit of a mess with this when I use this kind of product, but you know, there you go. So I've poured way too much into there. I've given it a little bit of a tap, and I've just scraped off the excess by running my spatula over the top of the mould there. There we go. So here we go. We're going to pour into the reindeer. Now, a couple of places or thoughts of concern here. This was already starting to thicken up quite a lot, and I was concerned that maybe some of it wouldn't cure enough. But here we go. This is a good 90 minutes later. That's the other thing with this. When you use this kind of resin, it cures so much quicker than regular resin. Just pull off, just flick off those little excess pour bits, and look at that. It's done exactly the same. It's behaved in exactly the same way as it did with the two pots. The glitter is not coming off on my fingers. It'd be very interesting to see how gold leaf matches up. Now, I'm already concerned because, as you can see there, the antlers have broken. I have been given a tip that if you leave it for a bit longer in the mould, that it just extra specially careful, then hopefully the antlers won't break. when you demold, but you know, it is what it is. And I just thought, let's just keep going, because we've said before in our videos, we'll show you what works, what doesn't work, what goes wrong, how we go about fixing it if we can, what we could do better maybe, you know, things, just general comments on this, because again, this is, you know, I think this is about, what is this, the third time I've used this kind of product. But yeah, as you can see there, they literally, both of them broke off. So I'm just putting my index finger there over the rest of it, trying to make it so that the rest of the piece wouldn't break any further. Yeah, that was such a shame, because I was really hoping that they'd stay intact. Now, you could just get rid of the excess poor parts there, which you can see. And I do just go around with my finger, just chipping those off gently, especially gently up round by the ears and where the little antler stubs are now. But Wayne, bless him, my co-creator here at Lottie Jasmine Design, and also my partner, comes to the rescue with some activated glue. CA activation glue. So the idea is, there you go, is that you pop the reindeer into the stand, and then you've got a decoration that stands up, which is lovely. Now looking at these, a bit like with looking at the pots, I thought they needed just a little something extra. Wayne was telling me at this point, I can fix the antlers for you, and I was thinking, thank goodness. So try to get them out in one, well, almost in one piece. You can see there, look at the detail. It did pick up the detail. It was just the demold, it didn't survive the demold in one intact piece. But what will happen is that we'll pop some of the CA activated glue on, and hopefully it'll glue the two pieces together. If not, UV resin will come to our rescue, I'm sure. And we'll take it from there. But yeah, these definitely needed a little something else. They are, don't get me wrong, they are lovely, and they would be just as lovely if you'd used clear epoxy resin instead, with a bit of glitter in, or maybe some silver flake or gold flakes in, whatever you decided to do, or if you decided to do it with metallic powder mixed, so it was a solid colour. Wow, that would give some impact. But as you can see here, Wayne has offered to do some painting for me. Now, as you can see here as well, look, he fixed the antlers. Yay! There were a couple of other pieces still left on there, which he said he was just really concerned about if he tried to remove them, that the antlers would break again. So he made the decision to leave those intact. So he's using these lovely metallic gold paints, and he's putting it on their hooves. Look at that. Now, don't forget, those two middle legs there, the bottom sections will go down into the stand, so there's really no point in painting those. So in case you were thinking, why isn't he painting those? That is why. So he's just applying a coat of this lovely metallic gold paint. The paints are from Temu. We've used them in quite a few videos now. We absolutely adore and love those. And he's just going, look at that. He's even doing the sides, the back and the front of this on the hooves. There we are, look. Just a little bit of a touch up here and there. And of course underneath on those ones. There we go. Of course you don't have to do this, or I'll tell you what you could use. You could use the gilding glue and the gilding flakes. If you feel much more happy doing that, you could do that. You could also seal these before painting them, if that's what you wish to do. Now, Wayne did seal all of these after he'd finished doing the painting, but we're not boring you, we're showing you how you do that. If you want to see how that's done, then if you go back to the carousels video that I did, if you check out our playlist, you'll be able to find it, and you'll be able to see exactly how that's done. It's a very straightforward process. There we go. Also, the gloss sealer that we used to seal these pieces will also be linked in the description box of that video. So here we go with painting the antlers. Now, hopefully you'll agree with me, and that this does just give it that little something extra. I mean, look at that. Such a lovely colour, a real rich metallic gold. And he's just painting up the sides of these. Doesn't paint the backs of these, just painting up the sides. And that's only literally because we've had to leave some of the aquacast material in with the antlers to prevent them from breaking any further. So there we go. Now 2 coats, he let this coat of paint dry and then he went back and he did a second coat with these as well. So just carefully going in there, just using a regular fine small paintbrush and just painting all those lovely little details. Now, yeah, so on this one he's used the CA glue, but he's also just used a tiny bit of UV resin just to touch up one of the antlers, give it that little bit of extra strength, because he said it wasn't quite holding enough with the glue that we use. So there we go, look at that lovely rich golden colour. These look just as lovely. I mean, these metallic paints, they've got metallic copper, bronze, teal, I mean all kinds of blues and everything. Lovely. So once the paint had completely dried and he'd sealed it, he then went back in. This is with the activated glue that we use. It's called Star Bond. Again, it'll be linked in the description box. Just put in a tiny little bit all on those little peg parts of the middle legs and then placing it down into the stand. And as you'll see, it's almost immediate adhesion as soon as it comes into contact. Look at that. Fits lovely. And then he repeated the process with the other one. So here's the final shots. Quick video today for everybody. They are stunning. Need to do a little bit of touch up on the antlers with the paint, but I hope you agree with us that we think that they look beautiful and will be lovely as a decoration for Christmas or as the winter season progresses on. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Hi to everybody in the live chat. Hope you've enjoyed it and interacting with us, and we'll see you again in a few days time. Happy festive creating, everyone. Bye bye.